Alrighty, let's check this out real quick. Oh, alright, that looks really solid. Let's check out the ooh. Man, that is a spicy battle card. I am a big fan. Wow. You guys want to know what I'm looking at? I don't know if you do. It looks pretty good to me. Nah, I'm just kidding. Welcome back to Powered by Primus, everyone, and in today's video, it is a special day. It is my birthday. Now, one thing that is really cool is that I'm going to be able to celebrate with all of you guys because the fantastic people over at Wizards of the Coast did give me a couple of spoiler cards to be able to share with you guys, so I thought it would be a perfect day to be able to do this on my birthday. Like I said, we get to celebrate. It's going to be really awesome. So we're going to be checking out a character card as well as a battle card. Now, these things are both really fun, one being the character card, a lot of stuff to talk about with that, and then the battle card, which is a really good one, and I'm really excited to be able to bring it to you guys, so let's jump into the video. Now, the character card you guys are going to be seeing here is going to be Private Fix-It. Now, this is a really interesting one. First off, he is a rescue patrol, and he's going to be the medic. Now, one thing about the rescue patrols are really interesting is that there are 4 of them. Now, much like we just saw with the off-road patrols, they did just show off the last 2 to give us the 4 for the off-road patrol. Now, if you guys do know that this is the 3rd character in the rescue patrol, we do have Stakeout, and we do have Red Heat. Now, Red Heat originally, I believe, was Red Hot, but they had to change the name. Then the last one, I believe, was Sea Watch. Now, I don't know if we're going to be getting that 4th character, but because we did get 4 characters for the off-road patrol, I would imagine we're going to be seeing 4 characters with the rescue patrol, especially how this character, you guys can see, is only 4 stars. So that still leaves tons and tons of stars open, which is really awesome. Now, I do also believe that Fix-It was the leader of the 4. However, this one does not have the leader ability on the card. However, he does have Truck and is a specialist in both modes, which is really cool because we get to mess around with a lot of that specialist energy, especially how the rescue patrol actually has more specialists, so you're always going to have access to those specialty cards such as Field Communicator, Multi-Tool, Multi-Mission Gear, all of those really cool things. Now, checking him out in his alt mode, he does have 3 attacks, 6 health, and no armor, so definitely very low on the stat line. Now, he also does only have 4 stars, so it does make sense while he has low stats, he couldn't be packed with crazy stats, being in at 4 stars. Now, we're probably going to be able to go 5 wide with these characters, much like the Off-Road Patrol, is that they have 4 characters, and then you still have, I believe, 7 stars available, so I'm really kind of thinking that we're going to have the same thing with these characters, which is going to be really nice to be able to go 4 or 5 wide, is going to be really cool with these characters. Another slight advantage to these characters only having low stats and only having 4 stars is that they do have stealth while untapped while in alt mode, which is really nice because your opponent cannot attack into these characters. Just remember that if your character does have stealth, they can't go into them. However, if all of your characters have stealth, which all of these characters will have as far as on the rescue patrol side, in alt mode means that your opponent can attack into any of them. So you want to make sure that if they do release another 4th character that does have the same ability, maybe you're going to want to put in a 5th character that does not have stealth, so they have to go into that character. However, when you do flip him to his bot mode, we do gain in armor, keeping the 3 attack on that side, so that 1 armor helping him to be able to survive just a little bit, and then has a really cool ability that says that you get to tap, scrap a white card from your hand, and then you and your opponent get to scrap your hands and then draw 4 cards. Now, the really cool part is the way that this card is worded. It says each player scraps their hand and draws 4 cards, so you better believe in some multiplayer matches that I know we do have here on the channel, I'm going to be mixing this guy with Wave 1 Shockwave and being able to make everyone at the table scrap 4 cards and then draw 4 is going to be a lot of fun. Now, the cool little synergy part about Fix-It and about Stakeout and about Red Heat currently is that they all revolve around scrapping a white battle icon from your hand to be able to do different abilities, which is really cool. The fact that you can choose to scrap a white card to get access to 3 or 4 different abilities is going to be really awesome because it becomes very situational and you have access to different tools all at the same time, which can be a really powerful mechanic, whether it's flipping one of your characters to another mode, or swapping around upgrades. This character allows you to also reset your hand if you happen to not have good cards in your hand, or even if you're digging for something specific on a turn that you need to, let's say, get like a grenade launcher or a weapon of some sort. This character is going to really help you be able to get there. This character is also going to be really cool when putting like with Nemesis Prime. We really want to go through your deck really fast with Nemesis Prime. Being able to do this is going to possibly help you get through your deck even faster. Another character that we could really use this on is going to be Cosmos. Cosmos Optimus is really fun. Again, really revolves around getting through your deck to be able to KO your opponent's character that has 12 or fewer stars. This character is going to be able to help us get through our deck even faster, which is going to be really, really fun. The other really cool part is that we did just get a reveal of Lord Megatron. Oh, awesome card. I'm going to have an article up on the website on him and Optimus Prime here very soon, but he has a mechanic that says that whenever your opponent has to shuffle their deck, then you get to do an effect, and this character would also really be able to help your opponent have to draw 4 more cards, and then they're going through 4 more cards in their deck, which is really, really fun too. Now, we've seen this mechanic on another card, and that is System Reboot. Fun part about System Reboot is that it is also a white battle icon, and it says each player scraps their hands and you draw 4 cards. So it's really cool. Now we both have access to a character that has the ability and access to a card that has an ability. So if you are a really big fan of the card, or if you're trying to do some really cool combos like that, now you essentially will have access to being able to do it at any time with Fix-It, and then also being able to play the battle card in the same turn, meaning you could potentially be going through 8 cards in one turn, which is quite a bit. This is a really fun character, and one thing that I'm absolutely loving about a lot of these characters that are coming out is that we're seeing a lot of different star values when it comes to these characters. Down to even 4 stars really makes it open for us to be able to build these 4-wide, 5-wide decks, and to be able to really hone in what we want our deck to do, be able to do some really fun things like this. Like I said, System Reboot is probably one of my favorite cards when it does come to that drawing mechanic, but also making your opponent scrap. Can really put your opponent sometimes in a really bad spot, or can really help refill your hand or dig when you're trying to. And being able to access this at any time with the character and a tap ability is really, really good. Again, it'll be really interesting to see if we do get a 4th Rescue Patrol character, and again, if it is going to be Sea-Watch. Like I said, as far as I remember, don't quote me on that, if that's going to be the 4th character. Even if they do have a 4th character, it'd be really, really cool. I know one thing that I'm really excited about is to be able to try these like 5-wides with these characters, be able to have 4 of them that have this very specific synergy, all to kind of be support characters, and then to have like a main character on top of that is just a really cool idea, and something that I can't wait to explore with Siege 2. Now, the next card I'm going to be showing off is probably one of my favorite battle cards in the very specific category that it's in, and that is Secret Actions. Now, first off, it is going to be called Hidden Fortification. Now, the really cool part about this card, first off, it's a blue battle icon. All right, I'm already sold. I love Secret Actions that are blue battle icon cards. Really, really fun, really good stuff. I'm a big fan of just blue pip cards in general, and this thing fits the bill 100% when it comes to it. Now, the way Secret Actions work is that you do play them face down in front of you, so you would know what the card is, but your opponent does not know what the card is, hence the Secret Action part. Now, it does count as your action for the turn, even playing it face down. The other thing about it is that it does not count as playing a pip colored card, so if you do have something like Wave 2 Skywarp that does get a benefit from a blank card, it does fit that bill, so that is a nice little thing to know about Secret Actions. Now, the next thing is that it does have a requirement in order for it to be activated, to be triggered, and that this one just says when one of your characters defends. So as soon as your opponent does declare an attacker and they choose one of your characters to defend, then boom, Secret Action gets popped. Now, once you do get to reveal the card, it says that that character that is defending your character gets tough 3 till end of turn. Now, I can't begin to tell you how many times this card is going to be extremely relevant. Now, this thing is just super, super powerful. One of my biggest things that I absolutely hate about armors is the fact that you don't have time to be able to really use them before your opponent has the chance to respond to them. For instance, if we use sparring gear, if we use reinforced plating, we use evasive maneuvers, we use blast shield, all of these things your opponent has time to respond to before declaring an attack to get rid of it, whether it's a ramming speed, a dismantle, a vaporize, smelt, whatever the case may be. Then they have an ability to respond, get rid of your armor, and then now you don't get access to the tough or the +2 or the +5, whatever the case is, when your opponent goes to attack you. However, with this Secret Action, your opponent has no way to deal with them yet. Now, I don't know if they're going to be able to come up with a card with Wave 4 that allows you to interact with Secret Actions that have been played or not. I have no idea, but currently we have no way of being able to handle or deal with Secret Actions. So as soon as you go to attack, you are no longer allowed to play any actions, any upgrades, and you just have to go through the motions. So we'll declare our attack, our opponent will now go into our character, and we get to reveal, and we have tough 3 that our opponent cannot stop, and that is extremely relevant and is going to be super powerful. Like I said, the fact that our opponent cannot respond to it, cannot act on it, means that we just get full advantage of the card. Now, tough 3 is one thing that's really hard to put into perspective for most people. Like, we hear about tough 1 being a regular thing, whether it's with smoke cloaks or an extra padding. It's really tough to have tough 3, no pun intended. If you look at sparring gear, reinforced plating, those are tough 2. They're pretty easy to get, but again, really easy to respond to. If we look at the tough 3 side of things, we have evasive maneuvers. Now again, it's still an armor, we have to play it, but after our opponent attacks, we get the 1 tough 3, it goes away till end of turn, so essentially that is going to be the exact same thing with this hidden fortification, but again, our opponent cannot respond to it. And then finally, if we look at superior plating, you get tough 4, which is by far the most tough that we have on a card currently. However, you do have to play a tech research or a hunker down to be able to get the card out. So it does have some requirements beforehand to be turned on. Again, this is just an action card that you get to play for the turn. Now, when it comes to talking about this card, I'm super excited because there are so many ways to really use this card, maximize this card, and have so much fun with this card. And I really always hate to be able to use this character as an option, but Optimus Prime Battlefield Legend. To be able to attack, reveal this as one of your cards out of the pile that you do get, to be able to play this face down off of that is really awesome to be able to help defend your Optimus Prime. Now you have tough 3 when your opponent has to go back into you, and again, it's something that they cannot currently respond to. The next part is being able to flip Optimus Prime Battlefield Legend and get this thing back from the scrapyard is going to be really, really nice for that character. The next character that this thing's going to be really cool with is going to be Wave 3 Skywarp, who says that when you flip to his other mode, you get to go into your scrap pile and pull out 2 secret actions that have different names. This card is going to be an easy one to go for to make sure that you can then play it for the turn, and then you're still protected with that tough 3. Being able to reoccur this card over and over, always giving you access to tough 3, is going to be really nice. Now again, it does take your action up for the turn, so if you do want to play another action, then obviously you won't be going this route. But if that's the case and we're talking about it, we have access to Brainstorm. Brainstorm allows us to play an action and then play another action. So if you really need to be playing something on top of playing this, you can do that. The other thing we also do have is the Special Ops, which is a white battle icon. It has the sound wave on there, fantastic art, and that says that you get to play a secret action and then play another secret action. It's a Brainstorm, but for secret actions. So now do we really have enough stuff to really make a secret action deck? I don't know, but I'll tell you what, I'm sure going to try after we get done getting the rest of the Wave 4 stuff, because I'll bet you we're going to be seeing more secret actions. The other part that's actually really nice about this card, and I kind of mentioned at the beginning, is that it does have a blue battle icon card. Sometimes we see stuff that have these kind of effects, and we get to see the opposite pip on the card, because it's their way of kind of balancing it out, making sure they're promoting the mixed pip stuff, all those kind of things. For instance, we look at like Handheld Blaster, or we look at Improvised Shield. Those give tough and bold, but then have the opposite pip color. And then again, you can look at Sparring Gear, it gives you tough too, but it's an orange battle icon. So that's always that kind of stuff. So I'm really happy that this card does have a blue pip to be able to back up the tough thought behind it, because not only if you just happen to flip it on an attack or on a defense, you're going to be able to get that benefit on the defense. Attack, it wouldn't matter much anyway, but being able to get that blue on defense is really nice, especially if you happen to flip this off of you already playing it. There's really a lot to talk about when it comes to this card, just because, like I said, its versatility. How many times this card is going to be relevant, whether it's your Nemesis Prime, you're helping go through your deck a little faster, your Battlefield Legend, trying to protect him, or if you're trying to protect any of your main characters, if you want to give Aimless built-in tough 6. I mean, oh, that guy doesn't want to go down as it is. Just imagine having his tough 3 and then being able to get this tough 3 on top of it. And then if you have a Flame War set next to him, tough 7, it's crazy. All the different uses for this thing is going to be really, really nice. And again, if you have ways to recur it, then you're really going to be able to put so much pressure on your opponent to have to put through so much damage, or have to really rely on pierce damage. The other really cool part about it is that it's a secret action. We've already talked about it. It goes face down, your opponent doesn't know it's there. Now, yes, your opponent can do process of elimination, they can look through your scrap pile to see what it is, but with how many secret actions that are going to start to really run around, especially at the end of this wave, it's going to have to, your opponent's going to have to really narrow down and really evaluate what card it's going to be when they attack. Let's say they put down a grenade launcher and they're ready to KO your character, and then boom, you get to flip this thing over, you get the tough 3 and your character gets to survive. That is really, really awesome, because you got to make your opponent have to use that attack, have to use that grenade launcher, and then you still got to keep your character around. So again, tough 3 is a huge, huge number. It really, really means a lot, and it built in a correct deck, or I guess put into a correct deck, this thing is going to make some major waves. Now the final part that I didn't talk about with this card, which I'm going to be doing a lot of videos on here soon just because we did get it recently revealed, that Sealed is going to be a portion of the PAX Invitational, or the Energon Invitational at PAX. So it's going to be really, really nice to start to really evaluate some of these other cards for a piece on a card that we haven't really been able to enjoy or go back and forth on. The fact that this card is a common means that you're going to have a really high chance of seeing it in packs, and this thing, again, input in the correct deck is going to be really good, especially in a sealed environment. Being able to hopefully go through more blue pips is going to be really beneficial, or even if you're running more green pips, you want to really help get to some of those green pips, this card is really going to help out. And again, it being a common means we're going to see it a lot more out of booster packs. And again, kind of circling back to talking about the rarity of cards, it's something that we really haven't been able to explore much. We're like, oh, they're a rare, oh, I'm just trying to look for this, it's a battle card, it's just an uncommon, it's just for us to kind of sort and look through. Now these cards actually will make a difference because Sealed is going to be a big thing at the Energon Invitational. And I believe they said it was rounds 3 through rounds 5, or rounds 3 through round 6, we're going to be sealed. So we are going to have to really spend some time playtesting Sealed, and that's going to be really awesome. One thing that I know that I've heard a lot about is that they really built Siege 1 and Siege 2 to be used for Sealed and to have really a lot of synergy between the two, which is super, super awesome. And one thing that I'm really excited to do, I know that we definitely do Sealed and Turbo kind of when a wave first comes out, just for us to start to build up the collection and play around with a little bit. So now that we get the portion pushed on us, we're going to be able to play test it a lot more, and it's going to be a lot of fun to really explore how some of these cards being common now make way more of a difference versus being an uncommon or a rare battle card. You can no longer rely on your deck having 3 laser cutlasses because they're rare battle icon cards. You may only have 1. You may not even get those in your pull. So there is a lot that comes down to it. So we're going to be exploring a lot of that on the channel here soon, which is going to be really, really exciting, and there's going to be much more when it comes to that. So there you guys have it. There are our spoilers that we did get. Again, big thank you to the people over at Wizards of the Coast for sending me these cards and allowing me to be able to share them with you. And thank you guys for allowing me the ability to even be able to share them with you. I really appreciate everything from everybody. This is an awesome community. I absolutely love spoiler season. And if you guys want to see more spoilers, or if you guys have missed out on a few of them, or maybe a few in the future, I'm going to have all of them on our website over at poweredbyprimus.com. So you guys can head over there. There's going to be a page for them, and you guys can go check out all the battle cards, and you guys can check out all the character cards as they get released. I'll be putting them on the website. And the last little bit is that we do have an Energon Invitational here Saturday, which is going to be really exciting. I'm going to be showcasing a new deck, and I'm obviously going to be showing you guys gameplay from that event. So make sure you guys come back to the channel later on this week so you guys can get access to all of that gameplay. And then again, I am going to have an article over on the website for the new Optimus and for the new Megatron, because man, there is so much to talk about those characters. Ugh, I'm so excited for Wave 4. It is not even funny. They have revealed so many just truly, truly awesome cards, and it is going to be so awesome to be able to explore all of these things right before PAX, and just to dive into a new wave is always one of the best feelings. So really hope that you guys did enjoy this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one.